So, since I had so much fun recording my last voice acting video, I decided to try it again, but instead, this will all be based off of a fanfiction that I actually wrote myself. So, I'll be releasing this in 2 chapters and see how it goes. So, chapter 1. Also, there will not be many visuals in this video, so I would recommend just popping it in while doing something around your house, just so you can enjoy more of the audio more than the visuals, because again, there will not be a lot of visuals. After the hotel's battle against the angels, many wayward souls flocked to the hotel's gates, the halls buzzing with the chatter of the new arrivals. It was impossible to take a single step without being blinded by the flash of a camera, or bumping into one of the new arrivals themselves. But unfortunately, they did not come for redemption as Charlie had hoped. They came for revenge against the winged creatures that had tormented them for 7 years. Despite Charlie's jolly tunes and her perseverance to convince them that redemption was possible, instead the newcomers simply glared at her. Some even laughed in her face, asking her absurd questions that had no real answer. And just like that, this lovely crowd of seemingly redeemable souls left as quickly as they had once arrived. Alistair stood by the railing on the upper floor. The dull, aching pain of the wound on his chest remained ever present, like a haunting ghost. He glared down onto the few who did choose to stay at the hotel, an eccentric yet arrogant anglerfish, who called himself Baxter. He seemed to know Serpentius, the one they had lost in the fight against the angels. There were a few other nameless nobodies and a few long-lost family members of the hotel's merry band that Alistair frankly paid no mind to as they embraced with misty eyes and shaky smiles, saying how much they had missed them and how much they longed to see their faces again. But one soul caught his eye, one face caught his eye. He froze, watching as she just simply moved throughout the hotel, looking through the empty halls and corridors, taking in every single detail, as if she would never see it again. It was impossible. She didn't want to see him again, not after what happened. She wouldn't be here unless she wanted to be redeemed herself. Or perhaps this little rabbit was trying to find a friend. Every part of her body, from her ears to her tail, twitched with a kind of anxious curiosity, her mind and body buzzing with questions, but she was far too polite to ask them all at once. She would fiddle with her hair, the short and dark rose locks that framed her face, and occasionally she would fix her goggles, for no particular reason, just to make sure that they were there. And then she spoke with Charlie and Vaggie about something Alistair couldn't quite hear, but her voice was like a shot through his ears. It was just as he remembered it, as sweet as honey, and as soothing as a cool breeze on a summer's day, the voice he had longed to hear again. But would she want to see him? Could she even look him in the eyes after everything that she endured because of him, because of what she now bared because of his actions? Hello, Your Majesty. My name is Sherry. It is an honor to meet you here, Sherry said as she bowed before Charlie. Oh, no, 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 there's no need for that. Please, just call me Charlie, she squeaked out, trying to dismiss Sherry's formalities. And my name is, well, that's a work in progress. For now, just call me Vaggie, Vaggie said as she stepped closer to Charlie's side. Welcome to the hotel. Are you perhaps interested in being redeemed? Unfortunately, no, Sherry began, her voice laced with remorse. I'm here for a different reason. You see, I know a thing or two, and I'm sure your hotel could use a few extra hands, she said, pointing at herself. I am more than happy to help keep this lovely establishment running. For a good price, of course. But also, I'm here to see an old friend. Sherry folded her hands behind her back as she awaited Vaggie and Charlie's reply to her offer. Her stance felt familiar to Alistair, as if he had seen it before, done it before. But the word friend stood out to Alistair, a title he's been given several times, but from her, it made his fist clench. How could she still call him that, after everything? That, that's great, Charlie exclaimed. We've been needing more hands for a while, and with you around, I'm sure we'll... Wait, a friend? Do you know someone here? Yes, I do, Sherry quickly began. It's an old friend of mine, Alistair. During the broadcast, I saw him wounded during the battle. Is is he okay? Is he here? Can I see him? Sherry went on and on about Alistair, her voice shifting from casual to deeply concerned, maybe even a bit horrified. Oh, Alistair? Yeah, he's doing okay. In fact, I think I saw him right around. Charlie turned around and saw Alistair, still standing there by the railing. Damn it. He meant to walk away before he was spotted, but his body wouldn't let him. He and Sherry locked eyes, and he could see the joy and relief on her face mixed with something that seemed conflicted, as if just seeing him again made old memories resurface, and they were not pleasant ones. Alistair? Sherry managed to utter out, looking up at him, waiting for him to respond, but he never did. His mind and body were at war. His body telling him no, screaming at him to run down those stairs to her, to apologize, to tell her everything, but his mind kept replaying that day, over and over and over again like a broken record. The arguments, the shouting, the clashing of shadows and vines. But as his body waged this war, he heard someone run up the stairs, and a small, soft pair of arms wrapped around him, trapping him in their embrace. I'm so glad you're okay, she uttered out against him. For a while, he just stood there, feeling trapped by the hug, but he didn't want to let go. Without thinking, he returned her embrace, and for the first time in a while, he was at peace. Not because he had power, not because he had what he wanted. Well, in a way he did. Sherry, his friend, had found him again. And for right now, that was all he needed. And that was chapter 1 of my fanfiction called New Times, Old Friends. This will be a OCX canon story featuring mostly Alistair. So if you want to see more, then stay tuned.